Okay, to start day 12 of this 30-day manga challenge, the challenge asks who my favorite male character is, and hands down, it's 𝔼𝕟𝕟𝕚𝕟𝕼 from the manga/anime Yu Yu Hakusho. Now, I know it's 2021, and Yusuke is a character barely mentioned or talked about, considering Yu Yu Hakusho is an old story and was completed like years ago, but hear me out. When I say my favorite male character in all of manga is Yusuke, I mean that. At this point, either some of you guys get it or some of you don't, but for those of you who don't, let me explain. 𝔼𝕟𝕟𝕚𝕟𝕼 is the only unique protagonist of a story that you've ever had in a modern manga story. And what I mean by that is, he's like the only shonen protagonist in his own story, in his own category, and there has been no other anime character like him. None. None in the shonen realm. None whatsoever. Like, come on. He's a delinquent. He beats up people, and he doesn't give a shit. And he's vocalized this millions of times, and he just doesn't care. And if he's gotta fight people, he doesn't care if they're old, young, man, woman, baby. He doesn't care. He'll beat up whoever he needs to beat up. And it's, bruh, it's the I don't give a fuck attitude that has never really been present in any other shonen hero that really makes me appreciate what Yusuke is and was for the hero in his own story. So, not to spoil anything too much, but for those of you who haven't seen Yu Yu Hakusho, Yusuke, within his own story, dies and comes back to life. And you would think that after dying and coming back to life, you would have a different take on life. You would have a new appreciation for living and all this stuff. But does Yusuke? No. Like, he kind of doesn't give a fuck. Like, he doesn't care, and he doesn't really think too deeply about that stuff. When he comes back to life, he's tasked to be a spirit detective, which means he has to, he's only brought back to life because he has to do a job. So he's pissed because he's just like, yo, I'm 14. I don't want a job. This is BS. I don't want to do any of this. He always complains about the jobs that he's tasked to do, about the demons that he has to work with, about the demons that he has to hunt and fight. But despite it all, he still goes on these adventures with his friends, and he kicks everybody's ass, and he makes these quips and comments, and it's awesome. Because we never get a coming of age story. Like, we're so used to those. But we never get a coming of age story with Yusuke per se. And we never really get an underdog story like we get now. You know what I mean? Like, we just, it's simple. We get a delinquent kid who's a bad person, but then not really. And he has to save the world. And he's just being an asshole the entire time. I have never met another protagonist on Yusuke's level where quite literally he just doesn't give a fuck about anything. He just doesn't. Like, he does, but then he doesn't. He's a lovable character because simply he never changes. He loves to fight, he loves to be an asshole, and he just doesn't change. Like, that aspect of him, that's what makes him Yusuke, and that's what I really respect, and I really appreciate that. I've loved Yusuke's character ever since I was a kid, and there's no other character that can replace him from being my favorite. And trust me, I've read shonen stories are like my favorite, and there has never been a character that is on Yusuke's level for me. None. Like, I wish there was, but there just isn't. I appreciate Yusuke too much, and they really need to reanimate his series. If you're gonna do it to Sailor Moon and Dragon Ball Z 1500 times, do it with Yusuke's. Thank you. Okay. Like, come on. Anyway, that's it for my vid. If you liked it, please give it a like. Also, comment and tell me who your favorite protagonist is in whatever manga or anime that you like. Let's talk about it. And tell me why it's Yusuke. No, I'm joking. But anyway, thanks so much for watching, you guys. I'm really hoping that you enjoyed the video. And yeah, thanks. I gotta go make more videos. Okay, bye.